Oh my god!
Hello, my name is Smoke, and welcome to No Man's Sky. This game used to be one of the most interesting titles on its release, but after 5 years of it being out, it's at a very playable state, and it turns out that the game is very, very addictive. One of the addictions in this game is mining, and not like the Minecraft type of mining. Instead, we use
domestically sourced mineral extracts, made from only the best local goods that workers can make.
one of these resources is which produces heaps of profit. But how did we get here? You play the game, of course. What else do you think? Come on. I believe in you. More. So, I will bring you on a quest filled with dangerous animals, anomalies, and dream stands. Strap in your seatbelt and get ready for a grand experience of disappointment.
Me say, this is my flavor, I'm the Kool-Aid man.
We begin with our game mode, and we have many options. Normal, survival, permadeath, creative, and community expedition. Community expedition is what you think it is. You group up with people and do expeditions. So, we don't choose this, of course. Creative is basically God mode and should not be played for this journey. Permadeath
Is literally hell.
once you die, your game is over. No returning. Ever. Survival has a difficulty of permadeath and was originally planned for this journey. But after a combination of 2 hours of footage being corrupted,
I'm begging you.
and me constantly losing everything in my inventory, I decided this was not fun, and left it. But I'll give you an idea of what the game mode is in a quick video. Enjoy! This leaves us with normal, the best way to play the game. It is easier and can be extremely fair and fun. It also doesn't get rid of your inventory when you die. So, Pog. We choose this game and we're graded to an installation screen where I must hold the letter E. We spawn on the planet of... What? We spawn on the planet of Dreams Paradise. Why it's called Dreams Paradise is because
It is hell.
case in point. The temperature of this planet is of 70 degrees Celsius, or for my fellow Americans, 10 easy bake ovens being on at the same time. This should be normal for anyone living in Texas, but as someone from the East Coast, it turns me into jelly. Or, I should say, our hero of the story, Breku. Breku was raised in the non-existing land of Arizona, but not even he can resist this heat, so we have to find him sodium, and fast. But, for this, we need a scanner, which has to be repaired with ferrite dust, which can be attained by using our gun to mine rocks. So, after collecting our
Ethically mined resources. And handpicking our sodium.
we receive a signal to a ship. On the way to the ship, we encountered many things, such as these jetpack increasing plants that made me break a majority of my bones.
Look at Matt Hardy. He's on the top rope. Heads up. Went for the moonsault. Rolled out of the way.
Orton playing possum maybe, I don't know, got out of the way. Matt Hardy crashed and burned.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
And one of the many dream species on this planet. Just look at it. So, after running away from a dream stand, we reached the crash site, where we discovered
Misplaced guns.
from whoever had them. But it turns out the ship is a old 1958 Ford panel van with wings. It's been out sitting in some random field on Dreams Paradise for many years. This has caused some parts to break, so it is time for a montage.
Took a bite in his ass, it tastes like lemon pepper chicken.
So it's time to launch off Dream's Paradise and locate a signal. Cue the music. Signal leads us to a new planet, and we go to explore it, of course, because we're entrepreneurs. So this time, we land on an actual paradise planet that, unlike Dream's Paradise, has actual temperatures, with a whopping temperature of 28.4, which is 2 oil drums for my fellow Americans. So on this planet is where we get to meet some real big moneymakers, the buried cache and the buried mineral formation. The mineral formation can contain some objects. So the first one I found had some iridesite, which is 150,000 units, which is enough to retire Dream's Paradise. But as the businessman Breku, we must push on to find our copper, which we can now mine with our
Terrain manipulation tool, which is guaranteed to manipulate the ground more than my ex manipulated me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. But with this copper, we can now make chromatic metal, which is probably one of the most important things in this game. We have to simply melt copper, and then we can have the sweet, juicy metal. After walking across this new world and meeting magic stones that gave me a word I didn't think I needed, and discovering Breku found a good place to call home, and we began to work on the most baller house of all time.
Big gold dick. 3 big balls. Look like we playing tennis. He got a big dick, I think his name Dennis. I jerk his dick until that nigga finishes. Dick big and green, it tastes just like spinach. Dudes, I love when they send me off the news. Had to make...
This brings a tear to my eye. It's so beautiful. Now, with a roof over our head to protect us from the scary storm, we can work on getting buried technology, which is, can you guess? Buried. So we go off to get some of this for a teleporter that needs to be built for more efficient travel. So the definitely closest one to me is 200 U away. So I walk over and get 2 salvage data, which causes me to get sad. And while I walked, I accidentally shot a dead animal. It definitely wasn't me who killed it. I thought it was a plant, so I shot it. Not my fault. Self-defense. Concealed carry. So I walk back in a firestorm because Paradise Planet, and I research the teleporter. Now we need power, which requires another 2 salvage data. So I look for another one and find that is directly under my base. Thank you, brain. So after this, we build a teleporter, and we can't use it yet because we need to go to a space station first. So I hop in my station wagon, and no launch fuel. So I thought, no big diggy. Big diggy, yep, big diggy. So I go to the menu and try to just make more, but I'm missing 1 dihydrogen. I am not happy. So I go out and get way more dihydrogen than I need. Accidentally kill an animal on the way, but we eventually make the launch fuel. Very smashing. During this time, the game tells me I can name my base, so I name it the only thing I see fit. I named it after one of my mods, and I thought it was very sweet of me. So we head to our space station to find answers to this mysterious signal that I didn't totally forget, and we eventually find that they want us to obtain a warp drive.
Travel the stars.
And my disappointment in the jetpack here was testing Breku's patience as a British diplomat. On the way, we sell that fancy rock, whose price is actually 5.2% less, which causes me to develop an STD in my brain because of how much the market was truly fucking me at the moment. But I had the money, and it was time to purchase some
High quality, low cost chemicals from the best North Korean chemical refineries.
We also find a bunch of drain stamps that sound like they're trying to sing Mask.
I suck his dick with a smile.
I give them many gifts so that I don't get cancelled by his stance, and continue to make fun of him for a bit longer. After this, we look for the signal that was given to us and find a truly big lad, which we will only spend about a second in, because the real prize was the warp drive. which would allow us to travel the stars and eventually get us that bread. So we install it, and it requires some expensive parts. So we head to our favorite Chinese dealer to get these parts, which will take a huge chunk out of our money. But it is okay. The benefits of a hybrid drive are more than the downsides. And we found more copper to make more chromatic metal. All I needed was fuel and a certain module, an X technology module. This Intel X series processors cost tons of nanites, which would allow me to buy a hybrid drive tech upgrade, which would allow for my dumbass to not only go farther, but I would use a lot less fuel per warp, meaning I could go a lot farther than what you're supposed to do at this point of the game. So we begin our search, and bam, we find one. First try, because we are entrepreneurs. So we headed to the system's space station for the second to last time and got a purple warp drive, which will give us 100% efficiency and a good 150 plus light years in range, which was very, very good. So now it was time for the fuel. How we obtained the fuel is very simple. We had to go into space, scan for an antimatter fuel source blueprint, and what it led us to was a frozen planet filled with Canadians. But these Canadians had something that would help a young entrepreneur like myself. Their eggs. Their eggs would go for heaps of money. I just had to collect them and dodge them. So I constructed a plan. I would have to conduct a Kyrgyzstan bride kidnapping operation on the eggs, but instead of the bride, I'm taking children. The plan was simple. Take as many eggs as possible and then retreat to the roof to avoid any NATO punishment I might receive through these war crimes, and then wait for them to go back down and strike again. It was genius, and it played out perfectly. The Canadians had lost brain cells while being outsmarted by my big brain, and I was able to herd them behind me like sheep and collect their eggs. And when we checked our collection, we had over 1 million in units. Very, very nice. With this money, I can now retire to the paradise world forever if I wanted to. But no. I found the blueprints for the antimatter and its housing, and went out of my way to get at least 5 warp cells so I could have massive amounts of warps. I got all the resources while being chased by the Canadians, who would not attack me, even at one point being right next to me. They had truly lost all sense of intelligence to my big business brain. So I get all the resources, and the mistake that I made was forgetting how the number 25 works. So I only made 4, but this is still good in my book. So we head to the space station for the final time, sold our eggs, which were also down 4.7%, and once I sold them, it caused them to go down by another 0.3. Crashing the economy for my gain. Gotta love it. Before I left, I decided the name of the planets and the system. I named the system Big Big Balls after myself, because I have big big balls. I named the ice planet with the Canadians on it Desvin, because I saw the word generous in the description. I then named the paradise planet after our brave fighter Breku, and the dream paradise remained Dream's Paradise. We leave the space station for the last time, and we plot a course to the next system, which is 208 light years away. We hold the button, and here we go.
Start up. Come on. Move. Move. Why? Did I put fuel in this thing? Wait, what the? Okay, what the hell? Oh, what the?
Entering solar system shortly.
Oh man, the footage cut out. Well, I guess that means you'll have to tune in next time to figure out if they made it or not. So remember, like, this is not an option. Subscribe, this is not an option either. And share, because I already have you at gunpoint. And if you don't, no second video. Do it. Here's a list of all the music used in this video.
I do listen to some of this daily. Others are just jokes. I'm very sorry if half my thingies are getting you off guard because my editing style is very, very new. It's very weird. It's very... So I'm sorry if that got you off guard, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, okay? Oh, one more thing. If you didn't like the beginning, I don't blame you. I kind of don't like the beginning either. My favorite section has to be the last, if editing terms, because I think the majority of the beginning was just a montage, which I didn't know what else to do at the time because I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh shit. Like, I didn't know what to do at the time. I was like, oh fuck. I didn't know how to progress all the thing, and I didn't want to just skip it, so I'm sorry about that. I kind of saw it as necessary. I mean, there could have been another way that I don't know, but I'll learn with time. Just if you had a problem with the video, leave it in the comments. I'll read it, and I'll just make sure to fix it next time.